Welcome to the Georgia Foundation for Public Education's Rural Education Fund application overview. Please watch this video prior to filling out your application or contacting the Foundation with any questions. The goal of this grant is to provide up to $5,000 to help you solve a need that your student population has. Start by thinking about a need, which you can prove with data that your students have. This will form the basis of all of your application's answers. To apply for this grant, you must be able to answer yes to the following questions. 1. Is your school or school district located in a county with no more than 35,000 people? 2. Is the amount you are requesting equal to or less than $5,000? 3. Are you willing to work with the Georgia Department of Education and the Georgia Foundation for Public Education staff, including on the publicizing of your grant? And 4. Are you willing to adhere to the timeline and project parameters you propose, and if you are unable to do so, communicate in writing or return granted funds? If you answered yes, please apply. The grant application process will open on July 1st. You have the month to submit your application, budget, and timeline. Applications submitted after July 30th will not be taken into consideration under any circumstances. The committee will review applications during August and notify grantees either way on August 30th. Checks will be mailed the beginning of September. The Georgia Foundation will hold check presentation events at schools during the month of September. You will implement your proposed project during the school year, providing a midterm report in January and a final report in June. The Georgia Foundation will provide both report templates. Now that we've covered the guidelines and process, we'll turn to the actual application. There are 3 documents you will need to complete and submit. Incomplete applications will not be accepted. Please turn in all 3 documents completely filled out and signed where appropriate. Remember, applications received after the deadline will not be accepted. The first document is the application. You will type your answers in a 1 to 2 page Word document answering the questions as they are outlined on the Rural Education Fund application. The application has 7 sections totaling 100 points. We will go over each section now. The first section is simply the contact name for the application. We need to know who to get in touch with regarding the status of your request. Also, we'd like an alternate in case that person changes roles. There are no points associated with this section. The second section is your project information. Please name your project and provide a brief description of what you'd like to do and how much money you are requesting, up to $5,000. The maximum word count for this is 250 words. There are no points awarded for this section. The third section is your executive summary and receives the highest number of points, 30. In 850 words or less, please give us a general description of your project and its mission, the grade levels and subject areas, number of students and their demographics, etc., that this project will serve. A description of any partners and how they support this project if applicable, at least 2 SMART goals, and a description of how you will evaluate this project's effectiveness. You can find more information on how to write SMART goals on the DOE's website at the link in blue. The fourth section is worth 15 points. In 500 words or less, please tell us how your project solves an existing need your students have. Use your school or school district's data to provide justification for your request. Data can be both quantitative and qualitative. The fifth section is worth 15 points and describes for us the members, roles, and responsibilities of the team of professionals who will implement your grant project. The sixth section is worth 25 points and covers your plan in greater detail. You will use the chart shown on the next slide to answer questions about planning to date and the action steps you'll take during the grant period itself. All activities in the table should reflect the narrative provided in your executive summary. On the process timeline, you will answer what the goal is, what steps will accomplish it, who is responsible, when it will happen, and what the intended outcome is. Please make sure your superintendent and/or school principal signs it. Unsigned timelines will not be accepted. For example, the goal is, throughout the 2017-2018 and 2018-2019 school years, our school will increase the professional learning opportunities provided to staff by having teacher leaders from each grade level participate in at least 2 STEM-related professional learning opportunities. Action steps include teacher leaders will redeliver information from professional learning opportunities to colleagues. Teacher leaders will visit STEM schools. Our school will form community partnerships to enhance staff's professional knowledge in STEM. Persons responsible include grant team members, K, first and second grade lead teachers, gifted teacher, special education lead teacher, assistant principal, principal, and academic coach. The timeline includes 2018 March through December and 2019 January through July. Find professional learning opportunities and schedule visits to a STEM school. Redeliver information to all staff. And finally, the intended outcome is teachers will understand how to effectively integrate science, technology, engineering, and math, and literacy. STEM culture will be evident at our school. The budget section is the last section and is worth 15 points. You will fill out the spreadsheet shown on the next slide. The goal of the budget is to show how the dollars from this grant will be used to create positive student outcomes. On the budget, please include a description and rationale of your expense per category. Include the amount you will use if awarded this grant. If you have any other funding sources contributing to this project, please list the amount and name of the source. While it is not required, it is viewed favorably if you have partners or other funders also contributing to the project. Finally, give the total. Please make sure your superintendent and/or school principal signs the budget. Unsigned budgets will not be accepted. Please submit all 3 documents by email by July 30th to Paige Pushkin at ppushkin@doe.k12.ga.us. Thank you and best of luck!